Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's the Flyness here, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new and not yet subscribed, make sure you do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button and join the family, because I guarantee if you have good taste, and only if you have good taste, baby, you'll definitely like it here. So before we get into all of the things, I am filming in a bathroom because it is Christmas. I wanted to get this video out for you guys, but I wanted to make sure I filmed it and things got away from me, but I'm doing it now, and I'm in the bathroom because I do not want to wake my kids. So if y'all hear a little bit of an echo, or if it just looks out of place, that is why. But we're not here for that, y'all. We are here for the last official lock update of 2025. And speaking of locks, yeah, my hair are currently in some Bantu knots because I'm going to do a Bantu knot out. And it's not like the Bantu knot out I did in this video. I actually made these Bantu knots a little bit smaller, so I wanted the curls to be a little bit tighter. So hopefully y'all will get an insert of what the hair looks like after I take the Bantu knots down. If I remember to record that, I'll leave that somewhere in this video so y'all can check that out. But today isn't about the actual Bantu knots, it's about the locks themselves. So if you guys are interested in hearing my last official lock update of 2025, stay tuned. Alright guys, so if you guys are new to my channel, my name is The Fly Natural, and on this channel we talk all things lifestyle, locks, small business, and glow up. So today's video is going to be a lock video. It's going to be a lock update for my 5.5-year-old DIY Microlocs. Now I started my locks myself back in 2020 with a 2-strand twist, and I maintained them myself, interlocking them using the 4-point rotation. Now my locks have been through a couple of things this year, one being my baby locks. I officially started my baby locks on the perimeter of my head. That is where a lot of my hair fell out due to postpartum shedding. Now, when I first started my lock journey, I had no hair in these areas, and then it grew out, and over the period of 2 years, I was able to grow some long, healthy locks there. But then postpartum hit me again with the birth of my third child, and it kind of took all of those locks right along with it. So around the perimeter of my head, you can see that there are some little locks here, just some little locks around there. And on the other side as well, those are the baby locks. That's where the hair is starting to grow back. It got to the point where it got so long I was actually able to braid it down, and so far so good. They haven't slipped out, but we're gonna have to monitor those and see how they go, because when I did them the first time around, when I first started my lock journey, it took me braiding them down at least 4 times before they stuck, and it took about maybe 6 months before I was able to actually interlock them. So we're going to monitor that and see how that goes. So officially now I think I have about 6, like 3 on each side of my head, about 6, I could be wrong, anywhere between 6 to 8 baby locks that I have put into my head. So hopefully by the end of next year, around this time, they'll be long and luscious. That is if I decide not to cut my locks off first. Speaking of that, that is the next thing I wanted to update you guys on. I am really considering cutting my locks. No lie. I am considering cutting my locks for one main reason is because I feel like I'm in a season of change and transition, and I have had these locks for 5.5 years. Now, if y'all look back, that's 2020, the start of the pandemic. And during that point in my life, it was a lot going on. And throughout that point, all the way up until now, I've had so much growth, so much change, so much trauma, so much stuff happened to me and with me throughout the 5 years that I've had my locks. And I feel like it just is holding in a lot of that energy. And I feel like it might be time for me to let go of that. Now, I'm not sure when I am going to officially cut them off, but I am still considering cutting them off. If I don't cut them completely off in the near future, I am going to cut them to like a bob length and then see, how that goes, and we'll just go from there. But I am definitely considering cutting them off. Now, about 2 months ago, I cut off about 2 inches from my locks because I wanted to even them out, because y'all, I had a lot of long straggly pieces. It was uneven and I was not feeling that, so I ended up cutting that off. to even it out, but that was as far as I went. But when I decided to make the full cut or cut it into a bob, I'm definitely going to have y'all along for that video as well. The next lock update is I'm really noticing that my locks, outside of the length, though, they're getting longer, but I feel like my locks are getting thicker, especially in certain places, like at the root. I don't know if it's because of the vitamins or so that I'm taking, but my locks are definitely looking and feeling thicker, especially towards the root. And I've noticed that the past couple reties that I've been doing, I'm like, wow, it's a lot thicker, it's a lot denser, it's a lot harder for me to get through because it's a lot thicker. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with just, the vitamins that I've been taking, or maybe my hair is just getting thicker over time. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely noticing that my locks are getting a lot thicker and they feel a lot fuller. And that's crazy because I have fewer locks than I had this time last year, because I think I still had my baby locks in, but my hair is definitely feeling a lot more fuller now than it was then. So I'm not sure if that has to do with like my locks themselves, or like I said, it could be the vitamins, but my locks are definitely feeling a lot thicker. Okay, so and the next thing I want to update on is that I still suffer from hair growing outside of my lock, especially in the back of my head. Even now when I have these Bantu knots in my hair and I can touch the back of my hair, I can feel like a good amount of just loose hair in the back of my head, and it's not enough to create a lock with, it's not enough to really do anything with, but it's enough to know that it's there, and I don't really like that. There's nothing much that I really do when it comes to dealing with that particular issue. I will take the loose hair and wrap it around the nearest lock, so that way it can kind of just go into that lock. Sometimes it stays, sometimes it doesn't. So I am noticing that the hair is growing outside of the lock a lot more in the back. It's not an all over thing. It's mostly a back issue. I've been suffering from that since I started my locks, because the hair in the back portion of my head is really soft and looser textured than the hair around the rest of my head. So that's probably has a lot to do why the hair keeps slipping out. And when I first started my lock journey, that part of my head was the hardest to lock. It would not stay locked. I had to redo that part of my head at least 10 times. Like it was real bad. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I have anything to update you guys on. I'm still loving my locks. I still love my locks, and I feel like it's the best hair decision that I have made for myself. Even outside of the fact of me wanting to cut it, has nothing really to do with the locks themselves, but more so with just the energy that they hold. And I'm ready to let go of a lot of that energy and that weight and just move on. So even when I do decide to cut these locks off, I feel like I'm always going to be locked. I'm going to probably grow out my hair for like a year or two and then start a new set of locks, but I am always going to be locked. Locks and Fly Natural go together real bad, okay? Real bad. So that is all I have for my lock update. I wasn't able to do a full 360 like I normally like to do because my hair is currently in the Bantu knot style. But if you guys want a detailed lock 360, check out my last lock tour of 2025 video. I'll leave that down below and y'all can check that out. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. You guys let me know what you think about my locks and my lock update down below, and let me know what journey are you on in your lock journey. What kind of locks do y'all have? Do y'all have DIY locks? Did y'all go to a professional? Do y'all have Microlocs? Do y'all have traditional freeform? Let me know. Let's have some lock talk in the comments down below. Like the video on your way out, and I'll catch y'all in my next one. Peace.